Hey, good morning. Welcome back. We are on the road again, and we are in Shreveport, Louisiana, heading out this morning.
Louisiana.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so stick around and let's get going. We've got some things to show you.
What you doing, Waffles? What you doing? Are you hoping you get to drive? Is it your turn? Yes. You really are the cutest dog. Everywhere we go, people just fall in love with Waffles.
So let's bring you up to speed on where we've been and where we're going. Here's our handy dandy map. Again, we started in San Francisco, went to Folsom area to visit some family, went down to Vegas, along the way went to the Grand Canyon, on our way to Gallup, New Mexico. In Gallup, New Mexico, we are on Route 66, yay! And we headed on the Route 66 to Amarillo, Texas, where we saw those buried Cadillacs. If you haven't seen all this, each day has a video, so please go and watch those. Then we went on our way to Waco and we visited Magnolia Silos, among other things. And then yesterday we arrived here in Shreveport. That video showed some incredible food. We had it was painful food, you said.
Well, the Shreveport food, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I was going to say Buc-ee's wasn't painful. Buc-ee's was amazing.
Buc-ee's was great.
I'm in love and obsessed with Buc-ee's. No, but the
dinner,
the dinner was the Creole and
a little spicy
that
for
was
you.
A little much for me. But the shrimp and grits,
so good,
fabulous.
So good. Well, today we're leaving Shreveport and we're going to go from the bootstrap down to the boot tip. And we're going to go through, I assume, a lot of countryside, a lot of probably lush, probably a lot of lush.
Did you know that they don't have counties, they have
parishes?
parishes?
They don't have counties, they have parishes, right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool.
It is unique. Cool. And which is a church term. So, I mean, New Orleans was founded with a lot of Catholic heritage. And so I think that's what they called them, the parishes then, as they set up different churches along the way. And so then we're going down and we're meeting a friend. Diane doesn't know this person, but I'm a Starbucks collector, if you've looked at our channel and seen some stuff, and so cards and ornaments. And so we're meeting one of the top collectors in the hobby. So we're looking forward to meeting her. And of course, as always, when she said, I'm so excited, and I'm thinking she's excited about meeting me. And then she follows that up with, I get to meet Waffles. It's like, oh, good.
Rockstar!
Yeah, everybody loves Waffles. So we're going to have fun doing that. We're meeting her in Baton Rouge before we head on into New Orleans. And it should be fun, so stick around. So we're at our usual Starbucks stop. And believe me, we have tested Starbucks nationwide, making sure that their quality control is where it should be. And of course, Waffles wants to be with Daddy instead of with Mommy. But, you know, life is tough, Waffles. You got to suck it up. Yes. Come here. Come say hi. Yes. Such a good dog. So it's been fascinating here in Shreveport. We drove into downtown and drove around trying to find this restaurant that Len had been recommended. And Siri was in charge. You know, we were just asking Siri directions on how to get to where we were going. And so the neighborhoods that Siri took us through were just heart-wrenching, I'll be honest. We've seen, you know, through Texas, communities and whole towns that were just dead, but depressed economy and depressed communities and just really heart-wrenching conditions. And so this morning, getting up and going to the nearest Starbucks has taken us into a whole nother part of Shreveport
which is completely different. And I don't know if I'm happy about that or sad about that, because no one should have to live in the conditions we saw last night. That was hard. So, yeah, seeing the diversity of America and the haves and the have-nots, gives you a perspective, an interesting perspective on, how things are going and if everybody's okay, and why people can be as angry as they are because they're being left behind. And so I know this is a little deep for our silly vlog, but this is kind of what I'm observing this morning. And like I said, I am delighted and relieved to see a much more developed and thriving community on another part of Shreveport, and hope to see more of Louisiana, and hopefully that there are other communities that are doing well, unlike what we saw yesterday. One other side note, last night, didn't have a problem in the world with the food. The food was amazing, and I was sure I was going to pay for it all night long. Didn't have any upset stomach or indigestion or heartburn or anything. But you know who did? Yes, you're right. Poor Len. Okay, everything is so lush and green. And everything has so much space. This is what kills me coming from California, where we have no space anywhere. But seriously, on this drive, it snowed on us in California, but literally we haven't had a drop of rain the whole way. So how is everything staying so lush and green? And can we talk about traffic? No wonder people complain so much about California traffic, because I just have never been on freeways that are so empty. It just kind of blows our minds.
We'll experience traffic.
Well, we're used to it.
And parts of Nashville.
That's true. Heading due south towards NOLA via Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm getting a little punchy. We've been in the car a long time. Waffles has assumed the position right in front of the air conditioner bed. So we've now been on the road for over a week and been to multiple hotels, motels, packing and unpacking, sorting and unsorting. It's just been a continuous learning experience. The nuggets of information that I would give to other people that are going through this or planning a trip like this, the one word I would give is redundancy. Make sure you have a plan B. You have another way of doing things in case things go wrong. The truth of the matter is, things break, things pop, things spill. Make sure you have another way to take care of your needs, no matter what goes wrong.
So an example is I had an electric toothbrush and the cord charger got packed away and we're not entirely sure where. So it's a good thing I have a regular toothbrush in my kit still.
Redundancy.
Otherwise I'd have some pretty yucky.
Backup, yeah. Definitely. I had medicine packet that is critically important to me. that I work off of all the time, utilize every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. And the second hotel we stayed at, I left it behind.
Very
critical.
unlike her. Very unlike you.
Yeah, no, this is not my normal MO. But, you know, part of my, you know, getting out of the beat of regular life. Like, we all have our own cycle that we kind of work off of. And once you break out of your cycle, it's easy to misplace things. So, anyway, redundancy. I had enough of the supplies in other bags, and Len had some supplies for me to help, and we were able to kind of rebuild that bag and keep on going without stopping, because we were a good 400 miles away from where I'd left it behind.
We weren't going back.
It wasn't, that was not an option. And so, you know, then you start thinking, do I need to call doctors? Do I need to have medicine sent? All that's kind of, you know, it's like, that's going to slow you way down. So anyhow, gratefully, we had redundancy, and we were able to completely rebuild it.
I have another example. Mine's a little less serious, but we also packed my clippers, and so I have no way to trim
When he
my
says
beard.
clippers, hair clippers.
Yeah, hair clippers. We packed them, and so I have no way to trim my beard and do my hair and all that stuff. So the redundancy for me is
doing his hair is critical.
the redundancy is going to a barbershop. So
He's
I've
made
got
all kinds of friends at barbershops. This has
have.
actually been kind of fun.
Yes.
And like, we're kind of excited to experience the next barbershop.
We're going to go to one in Nashville.
Okay, 2 things, essentials for a road trip like this. 1, Ziploc bags of all sizes. Absolutely everywhere in everything, Ziploc bags. Put it in a Ziploc bag, it will get squished, it will get opened, it will make a mess. If you have a Ziploc bag, you're slowing down the destruction of your entire suitcase. Just put things in Ziploc bags. Once you open food items, to be able to put them away in a Ziploc bag means that you get to have them at the next stop, and you know, you're not throwing it away or getting stale. Lots and lots of Ziploc bags. Those have saved our bacon over and over again. The other thing is duct tape. You can fix almost everything with duct tape. You can fix your luggage, you can fix your car, you can fix pipe, you can fix your dog, you can shut your husband up. Everything can be fixed with duct tape. These are the nuggets of information that we have learned. Waffles, want to say hi? Oh, scratch every. Oh, get the itch, get it. Oh, okay. All better. Okay. These are the important nuggets of information that we have to share.
Good television going on right
This
now.
is, and you know what? This is why people tune in. It's for information like this. Our public service message, just for you.
Hey, so we got some great news just now. We're driving through Louisiana, and our real estate agent called us to tell us that escrow has officially closed on our home. So we are no longer officially tied as a resident to California.
We're officially homeless.
We are truly now homeless.
Great!
Yay!
Waffles, she's scared of the road noise.
I know, this
Like,
road is
driving
very
over
bumpy.
me.
Yeah. We've got ties obviously still back to Half Moon Bay with our daughter, in California with our mom and my sisters, and different family like that. So we're not separated from California entirely, but we certainly do not have
Now,
a
legally,
home
we are.
or a residence. Yeah.
Okay, Len. We've been driving since about 10 a.m. this morning, which is about 5 hours now. This entire state is underwater. How exactly does Louisiana work? I mean,
It's not underwater. We can see.
everywhere you look, there's water, like swamps. There's like, the freeway is built up, but there's swamps on either side. There's lakes on either side. There's water. Like, how on earth do they even mow the lawn? Because there's water everywhere. It's just, and when there's not water, then there's bridges over big water flowing down rivers. It's just, it's a fascinating state. that this state is not all water. I just beg to differ.
This is only a part of the state.
This bridge has been going on for about 4 miles now over nothing but water.
Lake Pontchartrain and surrounding marshes. It's
Water.
It's a lot of water.
A lot of water.
Welcome to New Orleans downtown. We are heading to go see the French Quarter. On this trip, our goal isn't to actually stay in some of these places and do serious touristing. We just want to see some of them on our way through. Our goal, obviously, is to see some of our friends and family for a while and to get to Orlando. But you have to go through places, and, you know, without a job and without a home, we don't want to spend too much time, you know, just doing crazy fun vacations. But we just have never seen this area. Well, I haven't. Diane has.
When I was very young.
When you were very young. So we just want to see some of this. We're on the French Quarter. This is the edge near the ferry boats or paddle boats on the river there. Look at that.
Riverboat.
Beautiful ironwork on the balconies. So we're gonna look for some famous places.
Cafe Beignets. It does seem dirty down here.
Well, it's old.
It is, but
And got all the flowers up there. This is a beautiful old area. It's got lots of charm.
white tablecloths with the garbage cans behind a little. This is Decatur.
All the ironwork balconies are really beautiful. Very New Orleans.
A lot more graffiti than I would have expected.
Yeah, that's a sad reality of things these days.
Like the artist corner.
I know that there are other locations, but I just had to get it from the original. And so here we are. All they serve here is beignets and coffee, and of course you can buy the mix and the cans of coffee. I suppose at one point you could come in here, but they've realized that's probably not wise. Maybe during COVID, maybe before, I don't know. But this certainly works.
You are in my fire, I don't want to give in. Baby, tell me why I never wanna hear y'all say I don't wanna sing because I want it. And the crowd was wild.
House of Blues have an event tonight. This is downtown on Canal Street, and we're turning on to Bourbon. Fully expecting.
Are we supposed to drive through here?
It says one way. Oh, how? Yeah, well, it's not a pedestrian zone, so people need to stay on the sidewalks, and they don't want to. So we drive slowly. We figured going down Bourbon Street we would see a lot of crazy. There's a Hard Rock Cafe. Bourbon House Seafood.
And that's as far as we can go.
Oh, yeah, it is foot zone up there. Okay. Well, good to know. Okay, the friend we met today said we had to go to Drago's. Original charbroiled oysters. So let's see. I ordered 6. He gave me a dozen. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure I'm gonna like these because I'm not a big fan of soupy oysters.
Okie dokie.
So we'll see. Okay, so I actually like those. I brought them back to the room and I just tasted it, and they're not like the raw ones where they're, you know, squirting juice all over your mouth. I just have a hard time with that texture. They're really nice, and the charbroil's smoky flavor, some sort of breading herb mix is on it, and then they're served with
like a buttery sauce.
Garlic aioli sort of thing. So they're tasty. Thank you, friend. She told me actually I could say her name. Thank you, Amy. These were a good recommendation. Thank you for watching. We are finishing our day here at New Orleans and our drive from Shreveport to here. What do you think about New Orleans?
It's big.
It is a big city.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that they built it in the flood area. It's just, I mean, you see these giant walls as you enter in, and it's like, why'd they reclaim this land? Why not just build on safe land? But I'm sure there was a reason for ports and all of that when it was originally settled.
Yeah, it had to do with the Mississippi and the trade routes
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
But, the French Quarter was exactly how I remembered and imagined, but much more
grittier.
spread out. Yeah, very gritty.
Very gritty. That's probably a good term for it.
Yeah. It was rough, and like it was definitely playing to the hedonism and debauchery.
So we didn't see anything necessarily, but clearly it was full of clubs and different types of shops.
And
yeah, we're just
and
which New Orleans is known for.
Yeah, but
so
it's just
not
wrong
surprising, but
for
it's just not our
us.
preference.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and then we
The historical buildings.
We went
though,
to the beignet place, which
Yes.
was the whole reason.
and that was disappointing.
Yeah.
That was really disappointing. I've had the Café du Monde mix at home and thought I was always doing something wrong when they didn't really puff up nice and fluffy, and sometimes they stayed a little flat and got a little crispy. Well, that's how they served them. And it's like, this is not a good beignet. I don't know how they got so famous.
Well, it's location. It's right.
Well, and that they
in
were
the
one of the
heart
first
of-
to introduce
yeah,
it.
I mean,
yeah.
and so
I ordered a pack of 3. They're about 2.5 inch square. One was puffy. It was good. The other one was sort of dense, didn't quite rise, and then the other one was just stayed thick and crispy. And that's not a beignet. That's a cracklin. So get your beignets at the French Quarter
Disney.
New
Go to
Orleans
Disney.
New Orleans Hotel. The Port Orleans Hotel in the French Quarter.
or
Those are great ones. Or Disneyland.
And then they're shaped like Mickey and
Well, the ones at Port Orleans are shaped like
okay,
Mickey too.
okay.
And
then they
as
also have
Diane
them-
says all the time, everything tastes better when it's shaped like a Mickey head.
That's right. That's absolutely right. But they're puffed properly, and they're
Yeah,
delish and
yeah.
warm and
Café du Monde. I mean, we went to the historical place and said we did it. Check the bucket list item.
yeah.
The
But
beautiful
it is fun
French.
to be back at sea level. Did you realize that?
We were below sea level.
I know, right? Underwater. But like for
We've been
us,
a lot of high.
Yeah, we've been up
high
in
desert
high
and bluffs.
altitude,
Yeah.
and you do kind of feel it.
I have to admit I didn't notice it one way or the other, but I'm not always in tune with that, So, in any case, the French Quarter, again, was gritty, but there was some beautiful historical architecture.
Yeah, you had to admire that,
Yeah.
but you had to look at it through the graffiti and the
that's
crazies
sad too. I mean, you expect the bar party scene, but I did not expect it to be graffitied and in decay and dirty. It's like, this is a big district that is tourism. Clean. I thought that they would try to
put
keep
some
that
trash cans,
put that cleaner.
Bathrooms up.
That surprised me a bit.
Yeah.
But we saw it, and it was cool to see, and now we're on our way.
Moving on.
We're gonna be moving on.
Oh, wait a minute.
On another day.
Wait a minute.
What?
Okay, so what did we try for the first time?
Yeah, so we tried oysters. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I would like that at all.
A lot of people obviously eat oysters. Yeah. But
I do like seafood.
Yeah,
so.
we love seafood. And the friend that we met at Starbucks recommended that we try this restaurant, that they were phenomenal. We're staying outside of, Drago's. We're staying outside of New Orleans at a town called Meridia. It's just 15 miles out. And Drago's is apparently a famous seafood restaurant here in the area.
And she was great how she kind of warned us what areas were safe and not safe. Like any big city, there's very rough
districts.
Zones.
So she directed us to this town for our hotel, which we appreciate.
Yeah.
And this restaurant, she said, is just phenomenal. And they apparently make oysters in a way that's not normal. They were charbroiled, had a garlic bread on them of sorts, an herbaceous sort of thing.
Yeah, lemony and garlicky.
And then a creamy garlic aioli that you poured on top.
Ooh, so good.
They were good, and they weren't slimy at all. So I don't know. Maybe I guess they're only slimy when you eat them raw. Which I've had those too.
I have not.
So yeah, first time for you. I've had oysters in the past and didn't care for them and haven't had them since. But I thought, well, she recommended them. I'll try it, and they were great.
Yeah,
they were really great.
I love those. Although I don't know if I would trust them anywhere else. I don't know.
Well, I think cooked. I think that's the difference. They cooked, they're not so slimy. Nothing squirt in our mouth.
It would have to be. Yeah, it would have to be
and
a place that's
the part I don't care for. Yeah.
Yeah, known for them.
Yeah. So, hey, thank you for following along and watching our journey, and it's been great having you here. Please like, if you're not subscribed already and you've made it this far in the video, why not? Why not subscribe? Go ahead, join us on our journeys, get notified. And if you're so inclined, we would really appreciate you maybe trying that super thanks. Helping out with some gas money on this journey would be great. And then just supporting our channel in general. And we'll see you back. Be good to others. Bye-bye.